If you're the second one, you know what? I kind of like the 50 plus one. But if we were in a different type of government like England, if you have 3% of the vote, you get 3% of the representation. If we don't have that system here, plus we're never going to get it because there's too many special interests that will not allow it. Simple as that. And it doesn't matter how good it is. So that's why you don't see third parties do well, because they never get any candidates elected. They can get 30-40% of the vote, but they never get anybody elected.
Yeah.
So it's a nice theory. England has it, but we will never have it because our system is basically corrupt enough to keep the system the way it is, and nobody wants to change it.
Ranked choice voting.
I think it's intriguing. I would love to pursue that. I think we would make better choices with ranked choice voting.
Mm-hmm.
Really, like when everything collapsed, when there's a lot of candidates, it's good for us to be able to say who number 2 and number 3 choice is, so that we can really come to agreement, a consensus around the truly best candidate. I like ranked choice voting. I think they have it in Maine, don't they?
They do. Yes, they do. Yes.
Yeah. Are they liking it there?
I don't know, to be honest.
No, I think it's we really need to do that.
I think it would be probably a reasonable sort of thing to do.
Yeah.
You can. There are people that you would like to see there, and that would do a good job. And there might be one person that does maybe just a little better job. So it'd be nice to rank them up and make sure they get represented of your choice. So you don't want to just take the best one and leave the second best one out in the open. So yeah, I'll go for it.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Great. What is your opinion or experience with the general strike?
A general strike?
With enough petitions and with a double majority for constitutional amendments, a double majority is a supermajority of regular voters in Congress. So that way there's no mob rule.
I had to think about that one.
Okay. And what's your opinion, thoughts, and experiences with government-funded elections?
Government-funded elections? That'd be great if it was just government-funded and not gobs of private individuals who had a lot of money and could do that. So yeah, I'd go for government-funded. But the problem is, you got to deal with the rich and powerful.
Yeah.
And they have too much power right now. You have 651 billionaires that control more than $4 trillion right now.
Yeah.
So you're fighting them, and it's hard to fight that much energy.
Yes, sir. I think that's all I got. Thank you.
Haven't had it really. Not much experience with it. I mean, we do have occasionally where you vote on 3 or 4 people out of 6 or 7, and you take the top 3. Why our democracy is the way it is, I don't know that I can exactly detail, but it was designed from the beginning not to really promote that idea. I mean, it was a winner-take-all. Pretty much from the start, I think they had in mind a 2-party type of system, not a multi-party.
Okay. And what are your thoughts and opinions and experience with a general strike?
Well, a general strike is like the way for grassroots change. It really is. I think our country is not used to doing that sort of thing. It's going to take a lot of education for people to come together around a general strike, but there is nothing like economics, the power of money to affect change. When you start to hit the powers that be in the pocketbook, and it's about money, that can make change. So boycott is a really good nonviolent technique, and a general strike is as well. Yeah, because then powerful people who don't want to pay attention have to pay attention.
Yeah.
But it works if lots of people come together to do it, and that's the trick.
Yeah.
To get some solidarity.
Yeah.
And all we can do is just keep building. If we can keep building solidarity with people who want this kind of change, little by little, we may be able to accomplish that.
Yes, yes.
Probably a good thing to do because that's the only way that you can put pressure on the real problem is with the rich and powerful. Only powerful because they're rich. And the only way you put pressure on those people is to make it hurt, and that's the only way you can really make a difference and get publicity, etc.
Yeah.
General strike is great. I'd be up for that any day.
Nice.
Sure.
What's your opinion and thoughts about a national initiative, referendum, and recall procedure? What are your thoughts on a general strike?
On what, a general strike?
Yes.
You mean? Unless it's something really serious, I don't see it happening. I assume you're saying if the president decides not to give power up.
Yeah.
If that would happen, yeah, but I don't see that as happening. I think he's just, my own opinion is he's just trying to stretch it out to make as much money as he can before he leaves. So.
Do you have any opinions or thoughts or experiences with ranked choice voting? What's your opinion about or experience with a general strike, if you have one?
General strike for what?
Pretty much the whole nation, or a lot of the nation, decides to stay home from work and protest.
You know what? They're too busy watching TV, on the internet, on Facebook. They don't really, most of these people don't really care unless it affects them. They see terrible things happening to other people, but as long as it doesn't happen to them, they don't care. So is there going to be a general strike all over? No, there won't be, because too many people play video games, watch TV, they're on the internet, and they think about themselves. So,
I just don't see it happening. I think that's very similar to how we would do our amendments to the Constitution, and I just don't see it as succeeding at a national level.
Yeah.
At a lower level, cities, even state, type of thing, I think it can work, but I think at a national level, it's so difficult to even get a constitutional amendment done that way.
Yeah.
That I just don't see that as.
And I believe that's all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
yep.
And do you have any thoughts and opinions about a national referendum, initiative, and recall process?
Oh, yeah, that's a nice democracy. It's a good way of doing it.
Yeah.
Trouble is, sometimes you can get a bad idea, and the bad idea can get voted on and carried. It's like the slave states. You had a referendum back then, and they would enact every horrible legislation to keep people slaves forever.
Yeah.
So all depends. Referendums are good as long as the referendum is good.
Yeah.
But a bad person can start a referendum, and you have many people, and again, slavery was a great example. If you let the slave states determine, we'd probably still have slaves today. It took a civil war to free them. So, whether some kind of referendum would free them, probably not, because they were willing to fight and die to keep them slaves.
Yeah. And what's your opinion about government-funded elections?
Government, well, that's a nice way. I'd love to see it that way. Take special interest out of it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't see billions of dollars by special interest groups to corrupt our political system and our candidates. But again, good luck. The system's so ingrained to set up the way it is. who's going to change it? The people that benefit?
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking probably the only way to both ethically and legally get this done is probably if enough people contact their representatives and their senators, if enough people do it. I mean, if there's a big push for it.
And then you got to have a representative that actually listens to the people and doesn't listen to the special interests.
Yeah.
The group that, the people that give him money.
Mm-hmm.
And money talks.
Yeah.
And you know what walks?
Yep, bullshit.
Bullshit walks.
Yeah.
And they like the money, they like the support. Say somebody writes them out a $100,000 check, it's better than a $20 check.
Mm-hmm.
So money corrupts people.
Yeah.
As for eons, whole history of the world, money corrupts people.
Do you think if a push for all these issues that we just discussed happens at the same time, we might get some good progress?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I said, this country's distracted. We have too many distractions.
Yeah. We got lazy.
Lazy, TV, I say games.
Yeah.
People are just used to sitting, and they don't want to be, even when they see something wrong, most of them won't speak up.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're out here. We see something wrong, we speak up.
Yeah.
You see, there's not tens of thousands of us, so.
We did get a lot during the George Floyd protest.
Yeah, yes we did. Yeah, probably had 1,000 people, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So every once in a while, people see the light.
Yeah.
Most of the time, they carry on doing whatever they're doing and hope that it doesn't affect them.
Yeah.
So, but you only can do what you can do.
Yeah. Great. That was great. That was great. It was great talk and great seeing you.
Same here, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you keep hanging in there, keep doing your interviews.
Yes, sir.
Yep. You got to have some freedom of speech, and you got to have different views in this country.
Yeah. I'm going to interview the Republican chair.
Oh, are you?
Justin Smith.
Yeah.
I'm going to interview him on Friday. And I'm going to also interview a libertarian and a Democratic socialist. I know socialism is still a taboo word, but I want to make sure that everybody but the white supremacists get a voice, because white supremacists always had a voice.
Yeah, exactly. They're still alive and well and kicking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you see my sign. I got hate groups.
Mm-hmm.
This side here, hate groups. And they're at an all-time high. So hate groups have always been great.
Yeah.
They have always flourished.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Indeed. And my last question is, what is your opinion or experience with National Citizen Initiative, referendum, and recalls?
I don't know anything about doing it at a national level except what I see you post.
Yeah.
I do know that I like citizen initiatives here in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
We do have the ability to put something on the ballot if we get enough signatures. Not every state has that right.
Yeah.
And we used it successfully a few years back, probably around 2011, to oppose Senate Bill 5 in Columbus. And that was a bill that was attacking public union rights. And a lot of us felt very strongly about it. We went out and got petition signatures, and then we went to Columbus to support it. And believe it or not, we were able to overturn SB 5. So that, it's not often that you get to see that you could make a difference. So
yes.
That was one example. So yeah, we're fortunate to have that in Ohio, and I don't know how it works on a national level, but I know I already like it at the state level.
Cool. Very nice. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Matt.
What are your thoughts about a general strike?
I don't know. I have to think about that before I really give a comment. Think both sides.
No worries. No
Yeah.
problem. What are your thoughts about ranked choice voting?
Yeah, I think that should be good.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Cool. And do you have any thoughts about National Citizen Initiative, referendum, and recall?
Yeah, we should definitely need to improve that.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Anything else?
Oh, it's just good to see everybody out here.
Yeah.
Week after week,
Yeah.
picking up for peace and justice for all the people.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's very good of these. So,
All right.
thank you.
Cool. Thank you very much.
see what else you have on there.
It's like a mask I've got.
Very nice. Would you like to be interviewed?
Yeah.
No? Okay.